Hello, my name is Jeff Burris, and I want to introduce you to the issue and the solution to the problem with a mechanical failure of the springs on our roll-up displays. First, I want to show you what's causing the problem. These are the ends of the roller shades themselves without the spring in them. And what's happened is the diameter has changed of this part here. It sticks out further in our old ones and not far enough in the new ones. So the solution right now with the current mix of parts with the spring end and the blue stopper is that we have to fix this simply with a piece of gaffer's tape, a knife, possibly a knife, and a pair of pliers. In order to make this fix, we have to disassemble the display. If your spring has already lost its tension because the spring spun down, then you won't have any trouble taking your display out. The display comes straight out right here, but my display is still under tension. And in order to do that, we'll use the same tool we're going to use in a minute, the pliers. Take the pliers, grab the end of the spring end, and turn it a little bit, and lift up. You can see how it allows me to lift it out. Once I've got it out and let go of it with the pliers, it spins down. Now my spring is released. If you didn't have any tension, you just lift yours right out. We have to remove the spring from the end of the core. In order to do that, you might have to cut a piece of tape off. If your display has tape sticking out here, if your core does, then you'll take a knife and go right between the metal core and the plastic end and cut around here and just cut that excess off, and you can throw that away. It's not necessary. Once that's off, you can simply take your pliers, adjust them to a wider grip, grab the end of the window shade, and grab enough to get hold of it, and then start rocking it. Rock it left and right, and it'll slip out. Okay, we got it out. Pull it all the way out. It's this blue stopper that needs to be modified with 25 inches of duct tape, 1 inch wide. I simply take the tape and start wrapping it around it, making sure that I'm getting the tape about halfway around it on both sides so that it won't slip off. One of the failures that we had was we initially did this with a narrow piece of tape on a few of these displays. And if when you take yours apart you find that narrow tape, that's why it failed. It slipped off. 1 inch wide tape is plenty to make sure it will not fail. So I wind up my 25 inches and we're done. We just put it back together. When I go to put this back together, there are 2 times that we're going to put the banner and the core back into the base. The first time to create some tension when it's relaxed and rolled up, and the second time to finish and put it away. So now I've got my tape on there. I simply come back to the end, stick the spring in, turn it, and this will slide right in. Slide that in, and this will slide in also. And you might need a firm surface to put this on and push down. And there we go. It's ready to go back together. So we're going to put this in twice. I want to illustrate what we're doing, and really what is at the heart of how our mechanism works is the end of the banner, the spring end, right here, has this on it. It has, and the parts I've identified in this picture are the notch, which is right here, and the 2 fingers, which are here and here. Now, the first time we put this in the banner, the notch is going to be up. With the notch up, we're able to wind the banner up and make it lock. But when we put it in the second time, when we finish it and leave it, we're going to put it in with the notch down. That way these fingers never fall into the notch and the banner rolls up and down freely. So let's try that. So I simply put the round in the round side, and come over here and look for my notch. Make sure it's up and slip this in. with the notch up. There's no tension on this. This thing will come right back out. So now, with it all in, with the notch up, I'll pull it up like a window shade. And just like one in your home, when you let go of it, of course it's direct other direction, it wants to lock. Now this one's locked, so we're simply going to lift it out, take it out of the display, and roll it back up. So we've added 3 feet of tension to the banner by pulling it out about 3 feet. So this will allow it to have tension when you put your banner back in. Now I put my round end back in again. This time my notch, I very carefully make sure that I've got my notch pointed to the bottom so that gravity keeps it from ever catching in. Once it dropped in, now it's done. That's it. Thank you for your patience on this. If you're still having any trouble working through this process, please give us a call at 800-556-7222. Thank you.